What a beauty.
Thank you, sweetheart.
No, I'm talking about my plaque. Can you believe it's been nearly 10 years since I've been mayor of Las Vegas?
Yeah, I can believe it. You never let me forget.
Do you remember when I envisioned this building? It's spectacular. Just one of the many huge projects I brought to downtown.
Why do I get a feeling that you want to take a trip down memory lane?
Well, since you mentioned it.
Okay, but I'm driving.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming out today and showing your support for a project that is so important to this community. Just the sheer number of people that would brave a brisk February morning here is a testament to how important this museum opening is.
Ah, the Mob Museum, one of my proudest accomplishments. I remember this day. Do you?
I remember you got sick and threw up on those steps before your first case.
Ah. The crown jewel of downtown. Can you even imagine what downtown would be without the Smith Center?
No, it's definitely a must. Great job, honey.
Take a look at my statue down there.
You mean the one under all those pigeons?
Okay, we're just getting started right now.
This has been nice, but let's go back to the future so you can see what growth really looks like.
But wait, what about the Lou Ruvo Center?
Hang on, honey.
Wow, that was impressive. I'm proud of you. But what are we doing back at City Hall? I'm starving. Let's go home.
I have a speech to give at State of the City.
Oh, geez, how long is this speech going to be?
You don't have to come, but is that the smartest choice? That's what I thought.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 Las Vegas State of the City Address. It's my honor to introduce our city manager, Scott Adams.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for traveling back to the future and joining us for the 2020 State of the City Address. Whether you're with us in person, watching live on KCLV TV, or viewing on the web or social media, we're glad you joined us. Like last year, we're excited to tell you about the different ways you can participate in tonight's event. You can join our Twitter feed and be part of the conversation by using the hashtag #StateOfVegas. In addition, the city is carrying the address live on Facebook and on live stream. The ability to have all these communication tools comes with the great support of our City Council. So at this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce the members of our City Council. First, representing Ward 6, our Mayor Pro Tem, Michelle Fiore. Representing Ward 4, Councilman Stavros Anthony. Representing Ward 5, Councilman Cedric Creer. At their first State of the City address as council members, we have Brian Knudsen representing Ward 1. Representing Ward 2, we have Victoria Seaman. And representing Ward 3, we have Olivia Diaz. And last but certainly not least, Mayor Carolyn Goodman. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to remain standing for the singing of the national anthem performed tonight by Las Vegas Academy senior Andrea Cretu. Andrea?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Thank you so much, Andrea. Very well done. Please be seated, everyone. This is always an important night for the city of Las Vegas as we talk about where we stand as a city and how we make our way into the future. As part of this special night, we're honored to have many dignitaries here this evening. I'd like to ask all of our elected officials, past and present, who are here this evening to stand up and be recognized. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for attending. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce for providing our refreshments that you'll all be invited to enjoy immediately following the address. And now it's time to hear from our mayor, ladies and gentlemen, giving her 9th State of the City address. It is my great pleasure to welcome to the microphone the mayor of the city of Las Vegas, Carolyn G. Goodman. And
oh my, you're in for it all, and I just love it. Thank you all, and thank you so much, Scott. And how fabulous to come here tonight and see that magnificent flag right in front of City Hall. Thank you, Fire and Rescue, for all that you do. And how about that opening video? Tyler from our Public Information Office pulled that all together with help from everybody there. And I hope, Oscar, you liked it. Well, anyway, how long is this? Where's Brian? Where are you? The wrong way. How many hours does this go? So just keep an eye on it. For those of you who brought your pillows, just remember, it's number 9, and nothing changes here. It's an explosive year for us all. And so, you know, to recognize all of you, and I see you all because you make Las Vegas work. So thank you, Scott. Good evening and Happy New Year to you all. Thank you for coming tonight to celebrate Las Vegas and all that it has been and is continuing to become on its journey to world-class stature. This is Boast and Brag Night about our city and about you all. So I hope you enjoyed the opening video, which suggests it all, Back to the Future. A city with a great past, but with a future that's even brighter, and I'm so proud, so grateful, and so lucky to be mayor. Back in January of 2012, I gave my very first State of the City address, and we were very excited because that was the year titled the Year of Downtown. We had many remarkable and major projects opened that year because of the prior planning and hard work of the city and former mayor, actor, visionary, gambler, drinker, actor, movie star, mob lawyer, actor, my favorite and perfect mayor, Oscar. So these, I am so lucky, let me tell you. These 2012 openings, however, were in my term, not his. And so how exciting that it was including the Smith Center for the Performing Arts, the Mob Museum, and of course this beautiful new City Hall. Tonight's opening video did take us back to that time, sort of. But today the city's future is brighter than it's ever been before. I assure you the past has nothing on what we have planned for 2020. Already in 2019, Las Vegas became a significant and growing hub of business and innovation, a destination leading the way for the state in a variety of platforms, and even boasting its 5th consecutive year of the highest percentage growth in gaming and hotel occupancy. We already know Las Vegas is a destination unto itself, unequal and renowned worldwide for its 24/7 excitement and good times. But now and more recently, our city of Las Vegas is coming to be recognized as a real leader in an ever-expanding center for innovation and implemented technology, for standalone significant medical and clinical research, for appreciated broad-based cultural developments, and for a shared pride and recognition for our sustainability efforts. And how could I forget, of course, Las Vegas now can proudly boast being home to a variety of professional sport franchises, and I can assure you more will be coming. 2019 was a year not only of growth and significant meaning for our city. Personally, it was an incredible time for me too, because just a year ago tonight, I had learned unexpectedly that afternoon that I had cancer and was in my body and part of me. And unknown to me at that night as I stood on this platform was whether or not I had much time left to be with and enjoy my own dear family, and also so poignantly, whether or not being part of my fabulous Las Vegas family was over and ended for me too. What transpired thereafter, through deep reflection and self-assessment, which I believe probably is normal progressions for those of us who have had this disease or currently have it, was learning how even more deeply I treasure my family, and two, how deeply and sincerely I treasure each of you. You, this incredible community, each person, each vibrant and uniquely diverse part of this community. And while I spoke to you last year filled with a hidden sadness, anxiety, and yes, even fear, I already knew how I just couldn't bear to see it all end. So let me share with you now some wonderful things about the city that I love and that I know I can and will be part of it for 4 more years. That is because so many of you were kind enough to pray, and also because you re-elected me for another final term, which I'm thrilled to be able to serve, that's God willing, and best of it all, I get 13, Oscar had 12. It's great to compete in marriage, let me tell you. How could I possibly begin this journey of comments without first acknowledging and thanking our city manager, Scott Adams, and our fabulous city staff, a team of incredibly talented, dedicated, so well educated and brilliant, capable men and women who are the ones who continue to save you angst and save wasted dollars by speeding up and forever working on streamlining and expediting services and processes for you. For your application and licensing projects, we have continued to cut red tape and add conveniences for those doing business with our city. In 2019, we even launched electronic plan submittals through our Building and Safety Department, allowing those bringing new businesses to Las Vegas the opportunity to navigate the permitting process more conveniently and, of course, much more quickly. And so, more of giving credit where it's due. You, my city staff, are a miracle and represent the true heartbeat of this city and why the city government works so well. So to all of you, thank you. Of priority in this team, of course, are our fabulous fire and rescue, city law enforcement, and so significantly too our partners at the Metropolitan Police Department, who stand ever ready as first responders and are 24/7 vigilant for us all to keep us safe and able to live the good life. Thank you. Together, we really are like a fine orchestra, each individual among us having to excel on his or her own instrument as part of a cohesive, perfected section. And each section like strings, horns, percussions, and so on, working in harmony to deliver the perfect sound and the purpose of the whole. Together we play as one superior body serving you, the public. My colleagues, my city council, are elected section leaders, a passionate and excited, largely newly elected body charged with building on the shoulders of their predecessors and becoming caretakers in their wards. Each one is responsible for over approximately 100,000 residents, a huge variety of businesses, new and older developments, and are also called upon to be fair and wise mediators when problems and conflicts arise. To me, you're a wonderful group of colleagues, always being city ambassadors and friends, and I'm honored and humbled to work with you and be the lucky mayor. Let's take a brief look into the wards you serve, and I think you'll get a look up there, but none of you can see at all. So you just imagine. Living in the glorious suburbs of Las Vegas, western wards all, are wards 2, 4, and 6. With Councilwoman Seaman in Ward 2, our elder, Councilman Anthony, and of course my Mayor Pro Tem, Councilwoman Fiore. Being part of Summerlin and properties to the northwest, each has come with their great amenities, expansive parks and outdoor life, restaurants, shopping. In Ward 2, January 29th, will be the opening of the new LVMPD Summerlin substation. And currently under construction in Boca Park is the Kalita Group's some new 350 boutique apartments on its 15-acre parcel across from the fabulous Tivoli Village Center. This past year, as recently announced by the Howard Hughes Corporation and currently building its infrastructure there, is a 10-year development plan build out of Summerlin West, a project that ultimately will bring over 17,000 additional residence properties. In Ward 4, and boasting the famed Del Webb's very first Sun City, Las Vegas, is the new 7.3-acre Trigonus Park, named in part in honor of our great elder, readying for opening in February nearby the most successful residence development. Ward 4 has been the first to spur the creation of the sport of pickleball, and it has become such a huge hit that is now made an impact at the Plaza Hotel, where it holds competitions in your honor, I'm sure. And further into the northwest is lucky Mayor Pro Tem Fiore's Ward 6, which is enjoying explosive growth. Still popular, though, for its country western living with bridle paths, no street lights, no sidewalks. It is also home to the focus group's master plan community of Providence, already celebrating its 10th year. And for new community development living, Gary Goetz's Olympia Company's 1,800-acre Sky Canyon development, and nearby a master plan Sunstone Lennar development soon to be underway. But coming in the near future, another unique master plan community edging the Ice Age Fossil State Park. This represents a unique partnership designed to cater to military families who work at Nellis and Creech Air Force bases. Infrastructure is imminent, and good job. Started right there. Working to preserve and revitalize and reestablish the historic center of Las Vegas in Wards 1, 3, and 5, our newly elected Councilman Brian Knutz in Ward 1, Councilwoman Olivia Diaz, Ward 3, and serving beside former Planning Commissioner Councilman Cedric Creer in Ward 5. Ward 1 is home to the developing and expanded Las Vegas Medical District, a site of over 2.2 million square feet dedicated solely to health care. The city already has invested over $73 million in its infrastructure, marketing, and planning, and happily knows that state, county, private funding is primed to move forward now with the additional construction of the Las Vegas Medical School facilities and the renovation and upgrades to the Southern Nevada's only public hospital, UMC, home to our Level 1 trauma and its famed only verified burn unit. Ward 3 boasts across the street from where we sit tonight the construction by the Mulaski Group on the new $56 million municipal courthouse. Where are my judges? Are you happy? Yeah, are you watching every day as you get your Starbucks? Yeah, wonderful. There must be a zip line between the buildings. A LEED certified sustainable building built to leadership in energy environmental design silver standards. It will house a traffic court, 6 additional courtrooms, the city attorney's offices, court administration classroom, and public spaces. This much-needed public facility adjoins the government corridor along Lewis Avenue, and that's within blocks of our 2-year-old beautiful new Supreme Court building. Councilwoman Diaz, is she so lucky? So much is happening in her ward. Oh my goodness, I don't know that. How come you're here and not working? Both significance with the opening in 2019 of the new East Las Vegas Library. And I saw former Councilman Coffin. Where are you? Where are you? Hiding over here. Oh, good. He can never hide. Okay, thank you for all that you did to make that possible. The ward is also home to many historic treasures, including the venerable Huntridge Theater complex, which opened in 1944 and was long the centerpiece of activity downtown, morphing from a movie house to a concert venue before shutting its doors in 2004. The Huntridge is coming back. Also in Ward 3, I mean, you've got pages of this. Among many other attractions is the extremely popular Arts District, 18B, on Main Street, home to the new galleries, antique and retro clothing stores, bars, restaurants, and nearby, a new 4-story non-gaming boutique hotel has pulled its permits to get going and build us Z-Life, this beautiful new boutique hotel. While Fremont 9 apartment mixed-use complex opened with huge success last year, also in Ward 3 on East Fremont, this year shortly ready to open a casino center in Colorado is Share Downtown, 63-unit apartment complex, a live-work fitness wellness facility, including another first of its kind, a regular on-site mental health therapist and a visiting physician. Another boost for medical therapy and another first in our community in Ward 3 also is Driven, a unique rehab and therapy center for spinal cord injury individuals, opened by Indy racer, car driver, and owner Sam Schmidt, whose personal injuries prompted his creation and dreams and the opening of this incredible, successful, and expanding project. In the historic West Side, where he was born and raised, Ward 5, Councilman Creer has been dedicated to increasing economic mobility through employer partnerships and career development pathways in this underserved area. Access to good jobs that pay family-sustaining wages, including health care and retirement benefits, and offer opportunities for advancement have been held at several packed job fairs that you have hosted, focusing on 3 primary employment sectors: construction, healthcare, and technology. Ward 5 is also home to Cashman Field, our popular USL franchise, Brett Lashbrook's Las Vegas Lights FC, as the city continues to pursue an MLS expansion franchise in a new state-of-the-art stadium complex at this 57-acre site. The city is in exclusive negotiating agreement with the Renaissance companies to build another unique and state-of-the-art complex for the region to boast another Major League sports team with a home in Las Vegas. Go get them. So now underway, let's take a look at some of the new projects. One's currently underway, and then move on and to look what's been happening as far as historic preservation, renovation, and expansion. And then a brief look into the future. Through this all, first keep in mind that your city, the city of Las Vegas, is the hub, the center of where it all began and to where all roads lead. And access into it has always been of paramount focus. It is Southern Nevada's home of government and business, and because of Project Neon, the Nevada Department of Transportation, with its $1 billion expenditure, that access has been mightily enhanced. While, of course, we all suffered and thought it would never end, through 2 years, the results have been well worth all the pain. The hub holds the very pulse beat of our Las Vegas history and remains the center of government in the courts, law enforcement, public medical health, licensing, business processing, in state building, county building, city building in our city hall. So what about the new projects? How can we not start at the very top? Circa. Where are you, Mr. Stevens, or were you not able to be here? Ha ha ha. That's the man with his brother. Well, it's just incredible to see what this has spurred. Last year, following the state of the city, we were transported, as you recall, to Fremont Street to watch a video of what Circa Resort and Casino would be. And now on a daily basis, with pride as downtown's first new hotel casino, being built ground up since 1980. Floor by floor, it's rising, and rising so quickly. This planned 459-foot tower will be home to 777 rooms, 5 restaurants, a 2-level casino, bragging the largest sports book in Las Vegas. I know this man. A rooftop deck amphitheater with 6 swimming pools and a 125-foot video screen, and planning to open the 2021 new year with a party to end all. Derek and Greg Stevens' beautiful new property is joined by its Garage Mahal, a 9-story parking facility that will beat any and all spectaculars. I know you're watching it every time you come downtown. Circa will put the exclamation point on what we expect will be an amazing year for all of downtown and down on Fremont Street. And how about the FSC canopy, which you have seen in the video, which of course just debuted its completely renovated, world's largest LED video screen that millions have long been coming to see every year, but now is so improved and enhanced. This year's recent New Year's Eve debut spurred the largest attendance ever in visitation, which no doubt will continue in perpetuity. It's a $32 million upgrade, bringing the Fremont Street experience into the technological future, and provides one-of-a-kind show. Congratulations to the FSC and to Patrick Hughes and the FSC board and team. What a great, great facility that has become. Where's Patrick? And CIM's new downtown Grand Tower is stretching upwards, reaching for its 2020 495-room addition, opening and redefining the intersection at 4th and Stewart, and also onto 3rd Street as well, a popular dining and tavern spot already. CIM forms the potential for a great partnership with the ever-successful Mob Museum, which continues to set visitation and attendance records, pulling in visitors from around the world and the nation and welcoming a continuing stream of repeats, locals, and even students into the hearts of downtown. And in Symphony Park, we're also beyond elated to see the construction underway of Expo, the new 350,000 square foot International Market Convention Center. This property will be a keystone development in terms of much needed local convention space. Expo will be our very own major downtown trade show center, which is further fostering bringing national and international exhibits, shows, and large meeting attractions into the heart of the downtown. Expo is scheduled to open this summer of 2020. We know there's a strong symbiotic relationship between economic success and people living in the heart of a city, where they can live, work, eat, shop, and enjoy the many amenities offered nearby and in walking distance. And Symphony Park is already responding at the forefront with new residential mixed-use apartments with retail space available. 2 new spectacular residential developments are now under construction in Symphony Park. The Southern Land developers out of Tennessee and Aspen Heights developers out of Texas are well on their way to completing some 600 residential units. Set to open also later this year, these new mixed-use urban complexes are attracting national as well as local interest. For again, with all roads leading to downtown, residency demand in the active downtown is a natural. Both are 4-story developments that will include a combined 26,000 square feet of ground floor retail in Ward 5. Oh, you're doing good. Another new occupant coming to Symphony Park that we anticipate having shovels in the ground in this 2020 year is the new 4-star boutique non-gaming AC hotel by Marriott. What a great amenity to add to Symphony Park, as this hotel will be a boon to those attending conventions at the World Market Center Expo, as well as to those who want to catch a wonderful Broadway show, a concert, a ballet, opera, lectures at the Smith Center for the Performing Arts, or visit our wonderful interactive Children's Discovery Museum. Further action in Symphony Park is now the city's exclusive negotiating agreement for a new headquarters for the Comprehensive Cancer Centers of Nevada, a project that will occupy parcels as Neighbors of the World renowned, already incredibly successful, Cleveland Clinic LaRuvo Institute for Brain Health. This hopefully will bring us more great medical care and doctors in the expanding medical district. And immediately adjacent to these parcels and still within Symphony Park, we look forward to welcoming another critical piece of Las Vegas history, the National Atomic Testing Museum. This project is in earnest planning with $1 million of matching state funds on the table. And by the way of infrastructure to help all of these brand new projects within Symphony Park and for adjacent properties, including the outdoor premium outlets shopping, and many visitors and business folks needing to be at the Clark County government building, the city has already completed and opened 2 brand new parking garages, which are providing 1,200 parking spaces and more than 29,000 square feet of retail opportunities. And also still in the new projects category, but south and adjacent west side of the Interstate 15, soon to hold its formal opening, is Area 15, Sci-Fi Haven, a retail entertainment venture project that sits on 126,000 square feet of property. Another first, a multi-sensory music, art, and entertainment complex. There's nothing in Las Vegas like this project, which features a bamboo volcano lounge, virtual reality offerings, and indoor and outdoor event spaces. There is a 7,000 square foot center that has a 360-degree projection capability and allowing any guest to enjoy a drink in outer space or under the ocean. It will be home to a larger-than-life festival set style sculpture garden that may be home to Burning Man or Life is Beautiful activities. Area 15 houses its anchor tenant already, the eclectic and popular Meow Wolf art exhibit. Oh, I love this, Brian. We're not even halfway there. And you're all alive. And taking a look into preserving or renovating and expanding properties. Wow, have we been on fire. In 2019, we've also seen some incredible hotel upgrades, multi-million dollars of renovations. God bless you. In Blake Sartini's Golden Gaming Strat, this is the beacon seen first by all who fly into or drive into Las Vegas, and right at the beginning of the Strip. This hotel casino offers dining and views from 844 feet above ground in the newly renovated revolving top-of-the-world Sky Lounge restaurant, and has in its tents the Celestia, an entertainment, acrobatics, and dance performance tent. And just across the I-15 down Sahara is the 2-year newly renovated $192 million modernization of the Palace Station Hotel and Casino, a 44-year-old property that now boasts an entirely new casino floor, 575 renovated guest rooms and suites, new restaurants, a movieplex, and so much more. Then there are the renovations back at Binion's downtown with the Apache Hotel retro rooms reminiscent of the 1930s. And of course, the modernization, $20 million luxe upgrades at the Plaza at 1 Main Street. The Plaza has built out its core arena to the south, which on Main has hosted rodeos, demolition derbies, monster truck and paintball competitions, pickleball, for tourists and guests, locals alike. And how about the Neon Museum or Boneyard? Overflowing with neon signs of historic properties, hotels, motels, businesses. All Vegas's own neon. And now into a much-needed expansion property across the street in the city's Art Deco Reed Whipple Center on Las Vegas Boulevard and neighboring Cashman Field. The museum is currently exhibiting Las Vegas director and artist Tim Burton's whimsical art installation, and I know you've already been there.
I have.
Of course you have. Everybody go. And truly one of the greatest surprises and a concept igniting excitement and development throughout. If you think of any other city that can boast mid-century modern architecture better than historic Las Vegas, let me share with you what's well underway, spearheaded unusually by an attorney of all people. Our city lead attorney and head of the department, turned planner now, Brad Jerbick. This is Project Enchilada. Where the name come from, I'm sure he could tell you. The Enchilada is an ambitious project born out of passion to preserve unique neon signage and prized mid-century modern architecture of the 1900s that became part of our fabulous city's history. Taking in the Fremont East Entertainment District, Fremont Street, from Las Vegas Boulevard to the 14th Street in Phase 1. This undertaking will preserve the building facades and early neon signage of that period. 60 boxed mature oak trees will line the widened sidewalks and will be a natural for restaurants and boutiques to make that stretch of Fremont a huge draw for tourists, investors, locals, and students to enjoy our mid-city modern and old Las Vegas. The energy this has caused has prompted owners of these historic motels to refurbish their properties and add art installations as part of the public-private collaborative effort. Already the city is seeing how, as this infrastructure takes place, the neighborhood is becoming a beautiful area ripe for further retail development and resulting in a more robust, lively residential downtown and active community. The Ferguson, which you have seen in the video, is just another example in the FSEE area of the kind of unique developments that we want to bring to Fremont Street. This former motel site is now a mini neighborhood unto itself, hosting popular events and popular restaurants like Hatsumi, La Monja, as well as the Mothership Coffee. And what are we doing to improve our infrastructure? In the city of Las Vegas, our focus remains on providing complete streets, widened sidewalks that are tree-lined with new lighting, bicycle lanes, and accessible parking. A beautiful example of the changes are under the nighttime twinkling canopy of lights showcasing the Main Street Improvements project that has created a beautiful streetscape where businesses are opening regularly and have garnered great popularity. If all of this hasn't made it clear that this city is hot and with huge future, I have just been informed that this week, in the past few weeks, we have had 25 projects just in the Arts District pulling permits for new businesses right in that area. 25 new permits. Awesome. One of them, which I attended and had a good beer, was Abel Baker Brewing, opened a partnership with our own Vegas Golden Knight, Ryan Reeves Craft House, and the nearby Garagista wine room. Now, I know he's going to be on the ice probably in an hour and 15 minutes, and I've got time. So if you're going there, don't worry. But anyway, make sure you stop by his craft house. Soon, a reimagined streetscaping and widening will also be completed on 3rd Street and simultaneously will be started on Las Vegas Boulevard from Sahara Avenue going north to US 95. On the drawing board and also in planning, and this is so special, but it's in planning, is a design for a much-needed elevated pedestrian four-corner walkabout at Sahara and the Strip. That's estimated to be a $60 million investment, which hopefully the city will not have to pay for. But the reality is to get everybody off Las Vegas Boulevard and Sahara will be a godsend. On the drawing board and in planning, I did that. Just north of this bridge, we'll be installing, thank you, Jorge, wherever you are, I know I saw you, and unveiling our new LED lighted gateway arch located within a block of the nearby city's popular photo shoot Showgirl Stein installation. The arch is going to invoke the glitter, glamour, and neon that made Las Vegas so famous. And how do we help move our locals and tourists in and around this fabulous downtown to enjoy these businesses, properties, and developments? How do we do it? We're doing it for free. Sadly, today is a day and an age when almost every hospitality property in the nation is tacking on hidden fee after hidden fee to bring in new income. And here in Las Vegas, we don't want to be killing the golden goose of expected great hospitality and great value received, for which we've always been known and we take such great pride in. Milking our tourists who have loved Las Vegas, loved all the fun, and loved the bargain it offered is not what we in the city want to pursue. So working closely with our private partners and with the RTC Regional Transportation Commission, thank you, RTC. I know I saw David Swallow there. MJ, I don't know if she's here, but thank you, RTC, for being such good partners. This city offers a just hop on it for free downtown loop shuttle service. And we'll take you around on set routes every day to hotels, museums, shopping, Symphony Park, and the like during set and occasionally variable hours. Additional stops to the free loop, including in Symphony Park and at the Strat, are coming on board soon. And a third shuttle is being added to this line to respond to increased demand and the popularity of this free service. Free and bargain Old Las Vegas hospitality is what the loop is about. A great way to visit all of the downtown attractions free of charge. And in 2020, we will be adding some iconic Las Vegas-style bus shelters to the routes to help add awareness to this great service. And because we continue to know of the obvious nexus between transportation and technology, as work continues on plans to bring an automotive shuttle called GoMed to the medical district in the near future, we know it harmonizes with the RTC and planning service. From the airport, past UNLV, down Maryland Parkway, with an obvious connection to the east-west corridor on Charleston to provide access to all the services in the medical district. First rider, yes. And mentioning technology, IT interfaces in all that we're doing in the city, and see it even of more impact in the immediate and long-range future. The city of Las Vegas has been making significant, expanding, and major investment in technology. All facets, but significantly, and how it can, does, and will continue to improve comprehensive quality of life for all is where we have been heading. The heart of this investment is in our Las Vegas Innovation District and in our International Innovation Center at Vegas. The city of Las Vegas initiated and continues to be an empowering hub for innovation and technology, and has opened an 11,000 square foot center for advancing established local, national, and international startups and emerging technology companies developing smart city technologies and smart communities. The center supports and houses companies from around the country, as well as countries from abroad, in the fields, in the internet, in cybersecurity. I think we were just testing that out, weren't we, Scott? I don't know, where's Michael Sherwood? Did you fix it? Did you fix it? We're fixed, thank you. See, look at this. You have a problem? Call Mike Sherwood or Scott. In cybersecurity, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, water technology, and autonomous vehicles, to mention just a few of the areas. And companies from Japan and Israel, Australia, are a few of the participants, all making investment in our International Innovation Center. And interest continues to surge. With CES in town just this week, 2 nights ago, we even hosted downtown over 100 techie representatives from Seoul, Korea, who had flown here on a direct flight, thank you very much, to Mrs. Vasiliadis out at the airport. We are having more and more direct flights into our city as we continue to grow as a national and international technology hub. So we continue to see enormous growing interest in and the popularity of the city's engagement in this community to smart city advancement. And as the city of Las Vegas is making major investments to improve motorist mobility and safety, providing reliable transportation choices and showcasing technology with 1,340 miles of streets, The focus remains on efficient vehicular and pedestrian travel with a robust road network and street improvements. Thus, using technology to gather data about transportation needs and projects in the district. We have recently been energized by a $3.8 million gift from Cisco, which will include high-tech equipment and professional services to support the advancement of connected and autonomous vehicle technologies. This gift naturally, directly affects our focus and will be used for equipment provided by Cisco to integrate with existing technologies for managing and measuring the flow of vehicles and pedestrians and for providing that increased safety and operational efficiencies that we all seek. No matter what any government body plans or hopes for, funding is always an issue for us all, and especially for new public projects, for change and/or development, especially when improved quality of life is our focus. Because we in the city are limited to funding from tax-generated income for all that we do, Las Vegas put out a call for help from the private sector in 2018 by creating the Mayor's Fund for Las Vegas Life. Nationally, at a U.S. Conference of Mayors to which we belong, some years back, I learned that several large municipalities had successfully launched Mayor's Funds for funding augmentation to their projects. And with copying being the highest form of flattery, our Mayor's Fund for Las Vegas Life took hold. Focused on livability, innovation, the future, and education, the fund has become a popular vehicle for private partners in Las Vegas to help support the city's myriad objectives and meet pressing needs. And boy, are we ever grateful. In one area, education, while you know the city has no control of the Clark County School District, we feel still it is our role to partner and support our students in the schools. Research has long told us that learning begins at the very beginning of life, and each year wasted is another year lost in widening the disparities of opportunities that each is offered. And those glitches nationwide are found most evidently in the underserved low-income districts. So our Mayor's Fund helps projects that support our children's early entry education, like Strong Start Go, a new mobile pre-kindergarten program that brings learning directly into the communities where inequities are most evident. The more mobile vehicles we can have that reach helps those youngsters. The more we can be assured that we are serving for a brighter future. This is just one of the many projects the city already successful preschool program and K-12 involvement, student and parenting support programs that we are working through. The Mayor's Fund also supports an appealing offering of programs like Las Vegas Connect, which assists families living in public housing gain access to the internet, not only for themselves, of course, but for their children. The fund also supports our Reinvent School programs, the Las Vegas Book Festival, recreational and health activities and endeavors, and our parks, and provides for the maintenance of our 1 October Memorial Community Healing Garden. Our city has been formally recognized as a city of compassion, and as a leader when it comes to encouraging and endorsing diversity and acceptance. Thus, it is not surprising that Las Vegas has been recognized and seen by the Human Rights Campaign for a 5th year in a row, rated at 100% in its Corporate Equality Index 2019. This is part of how we have learned so well that working together is always better than working it alone, and that public-private partnerships work and do meld for the best results. Among this group are our dedicated and critically significant and compassionate social service partners. They have made that measurable difference for well over decades in this community. feeding, caring for, housing, treating so many in our community who are the most disconnected. And yet they too, our social services, scrambled for dollars for their work as they help those who may not be able to help themselves. The city's work, the Mayor's Fund donors, and these irreplaceable caregiver partners are going it together when, like the rest of the nation, we are facing a growing homeless challenge. And that is despite the strongest economy and the lowest unemployment records in decades. Catholic Charities, Salvation Army, the Mission represent a small handful of those giving organizations determined to bring these disconnected back into the community and working with us. Hope for Prisoners, Share Veterans Village, the Red Cross, Three Square, and so many others prove day after day, hands-on and with unrelenting effort, that is our charge. For the past 20 years, the composition of our homeless segment of the population in general terms has been our veterans, our human trafficked, the foreclosed upon or job lost, the transient, the domestic violence victims, the drug addicted, the mentally ill, and others. And these are those who the city's new ordinance is trying to help. But to accept help, one must be in a position to make a choice. One must be able to choose to break the cycle of homelessness and accept the services and rehabilitation opportunities that are there. Some prefer the streets and are resistant, but we continue to try to make a difference. And we have learned that the most resistant component in the homeless population are those who are not in a position to make a choice, not in a position to make any choice. The severely mentally ill and those deep into drug and alcohol addiction cannot get past their addiction or their illness at all, at any cost to themselves, are those needing the most assistance, but refusing any and all appeals. Contrary to some naysayers, the city is trying to be fair and compassionate. Those responses that say the city is trying to criminalize the homeless, our entire effort is humanitarian and compassionate. And it has become time to stop all the years of kicking this down the road, holding meetings after meetings, writing all the booklets and reportings on what we do. Now is today. It is our time to get started doing something. And the city of Las Vegas is no longer tolerating the extremely dangerous safety, sanitation, and health conditions that face us daily and put us all in jeopardy. We see growing numbers of chronically homeless coming to our city from other states because it's temperate climate and good weather, the shield of anonymity, and the ease of access. We know the lion's share of our homeless keep coming from elsewhere, and we are not turning our backs on them either. But neither are we kicking the puck down the ice rink anymore. I will not allow the city of Las Vegas to become a Skid Row harbor of rampant crime and potential pandemic disease that too many other cities nearby in the confines of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals are facing. These West Coast cities are at emergency levels and are drowning in a population that does not help itself or anyone else. And many are beyond being able to make the choice to help themselves. In this city, the time has come to take this issue on. And to do something, we have made the initial steps. A work in progress and a work to build a model that can be replicated throughout Southern Nevada in any locale. We have been building the Courtyard Homeless Resource Center in the Corridor of Hope, so compassionately served by so many of our wonderful social service agencies. The Courtyard Center is currently open in a limited capacity, and in 2021, a completed courtyard will become a model for this replication of how to continue the work of connecting those in need and those willing to accept help with the services that can help them break the cycle of homelessness, bringing them back to lives of value, of worth, of pride, of involvement, of integrity, and productivity. The fully built-out courtyard will allow for more than 800 guests at a time, but it cannot help the 6,000 estimated that are homeless in Southern Nevada. We can handle, in 2021, 800, and we estimate there's 6,000. The center will continue to be a low-barrier shelter, meaning anyone can gain entrance to the facility. It will include a covered outdoor area, guest service buildings, day room, laundry services, medical and mental health services, training, and additionally other wraparound services. We will break ground on that improvement this year. Another tool that we will continue to depend upon and use in this effort to help the homeless is our MORE team. We have a few teams, and we will be expanding their numbers. These multidisciplinary teams include compassionate and dedicated service providers, social workers, and members of law enforcement who respond to and go into the camps of the homeless, in part to identify who they are, where they came from, what needs they have, and, if possible, to reconnect them with their families and return them home. The litany of what I can report on our homeless challenge is lengthy, and time does not permit my doing so. Let it suffice. A ban on camping and sleeping in public areas if there's space available at the shelters or in the courtyard is in effect. And while our critics are too vocal, saying this criminalizes being homeless, it does nothing of the sort. Across the country, except in that Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals area, 35 states and 107 cities have similar ordinances to ours. To the contrary, this city, your city of Las Vegas, is a compassionate city, and its actions always speak to that commitment first. It is the job of this city government, through its ordinance, to demonstrate compassion, but promoting and always understanding that public safety and the good health of its residents, tourists, businesses, and property comes first. The feedback from our citizens that has resulted from the passage of this ordinance has been extremely and incredibly positive. In fact, overwhelmingly so. The responses from the tourists, the lifeblood of our economy. We have no tourists, we have nothing. The lifeblood of our economy echo. One comment recently, it's about time. I have most recently thought to take Las Vegas off of my visitation list, but I will be back because the city of Las Vegas has made this commitment. The city of Las Vegas is taking action and will continue to do so, as our citizens deserve a responsive government that takes on difficult issues and works for best solutions. And be assured, our city is continuing to be compassionate, but dedicated to helping those who choose to help themselves. And for those who are severely mentally ill and unable to make a choice, or understand that concept, our country, our state, this city government must provide safe, healthy, supportive, and caring facilities for those who cannot choose or cannot care for themselves. We must keep them safe from harming themselves and from harming others and other people's properties. And together, government and private sector together must provide compassionate, full-service facilities to shelter them. Las Vegas has seen a sight, and we will continue to pursue that for this part of the population. We know it needs to happen. And finally, I have to share 4 critical issues that have been among the foremost for me for every single year for 9 years. And we don't have time to go through them, and they are beyond our city. So I will continue, I assure you, to be vocal in support of each of these as I work for you in the city as a political, nonpartisan until my term ends. I will work on each one of these permanently and for the next 4 or 5 years. Where are you, Oscar? 5? Number 1, I will continue to fight against the transportation of radioactive nuclear waste of any level to Yucca Mountain. And annually have supported from the U.S. Conference of Mayors, a body of 1,200 or more mayors of cities of 30,000 and beyond, to promote the resolutions passing to put all funding that is being put towards this movement into deactivating, repurposing, and researching, but not in the transportation of moving active materials anywhere through this nation. Number 2, I will continue to advocate loudly and all the time to have our Nevada State Legislature meet annually instead of every 2 years, which is archaic and unworkable. Only 4 states in the entire country meets every other year. 4 states. For the challenge is only those 4 states. For the challenges that city governments and other governments and our citizens face cannot afford to wait 2 years for needed legislature or to remedy old legislature from prior action. Number 3, I will continue to advocate loudly and all the time for the state legislature to increase its Medicaid reimbursement rates for the physicians. Medicare is set by the federal government. It is identical in every state. In the state of Nevada, we are far behind. Forget California. Every other adjoining state, our reimbursement insurance rate to our physicians is below. So no wonder we bleed doctors or won't be able to hold on to the doctors graduating from our fabulous medical school or their internships and residencies. This is a must, and I will continue to speak to it. I learned it 9 years ago and have been speaking to this issue for 9 years. And finally, I will continue to work with representatives for our communities, our federal representatives, California electeds, and Caltrans to widen the I-15 from Barstow to State Line. Wait until the Raiders come. No, you have no idea. No access. No, that was not put in the plan. How do you get to the stadium? Who is going to go back and forth in and out of this city in that logjam on a Sunday? It kills our tourists. And everything we've been trying to do from NDOT and every partner we have, and talking to my friend Mayor Garcetti, it's Caltrans and it's the state of California that has to do this and has to do it soon. This body coming in from Southern California represents over 30% of our tourist base coming back and forth. That logjam is simply incredible. And if you speak with this president or the prior president, both realize that all the cargo that's coming in from the Far East sits in the harbors of Long Beach, Los Angeles, San Diego. And that freight that's coming from the Far East, they wanted to move clear across the country, along with the produce, the fresh produce. Yes, on trains, yes, by air, but bigger by truck. And they sit and they jam up. And this gentleman on my left, who today, as a member of the RTC, spoke about the HOV lanes. Try it, is all I can say. So I will be an advocate and keep screaming about that, but need you all to get on it. We can't wait for this. Forget the Raiders. None of us will be able to move. So that's it. I want to thank you all for your attentive. Look at that, Brian. Look at that. There's a dribble. So thank you all for your attentiveness and patience tonight, for listening. I'm so delighted and grateful for our past, for all of you that are part of the past, for all of you that are still with us and part of today and the future, and grateful for everything that we have come to be, and ecstatic about the plans and hopes for tomorrow. I assure you, I will be ready and with you for each step of the way. And I want to thank our fabulous partners at the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, at our Latin Chamber, the Urban Chamber, the Asian Chambers of Commerce, each of which continues to lead and inspire businesses to interact, promote a healthy and robust economy and life in Las Vegas. I also want to thank our Southern Nevada government leadership partners, Mayor John Lee, North Las Vegas. Deborah March of Henderson, wherever you are. Where are you? There you are. RTC Vice Chair, started strong start. Southern Nevada strong. That's her baby. God bless you, Deborah March. Kieran McManus, did you make it? You were thinking you had a Boulder City. And Al Letman of Mesquite. I think it's a little too far in the dark of night with no lights on the freeway. And our esteemed chair and our good friend of the county commissioner, the county commission chair, Marilyn Kirkpatrick. Thank you wherever you are, if you're here and if you're looking. Thank you, Marilyn. It's good to have a friend in the county. So I can't exist without my wonderful team in my office. I don't know where you are, but Laura, where are you? There you are. And Zach, and Cheryl, and Kim, and Steph is at home. She just had a little baby girl on the 29th of December, though Oscar tried to bribe her to hold on, be the first baby in the new year. But she didn't do it. And the core of my life, I want to thank my beautiful family. I can't do anything without you all. You're my heartbeat. You're the blood that pumps through my vessels. And I am so lucky and so proud of each of you and what you have done with your lives. And again, I want to thank you all for your patience. God bless, and thank you. It is a great time to be alive. Cherish every day and be safe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my dear man. Thank you. Thanks, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Don't let anybody take that.
Before you leave,